Alright guys, we've got a little tiny chip to repair today, but this video is not necessarily about the chip itself, it's about my little invention here. Look at this. You see the sun's right there? See it? See it? Can you see it? So I put this together so that I can shade the chip and carry this on my bike and not have to constantly be trying to shade the chip with my hands. So this is going to work out beautifully. So you can see there's already resin in the tool because I've already done jobs this morning. It's 48 degrees currently. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing or not. I can see what I'm doing, so I guess that matters. So yeah, it's currently 48 degrees, and this is my very first time using this little umbrella setup to shade the chip. But check it out. I don't have to sit there and try to keep it covered. You know how I always try to keep it covered when I'm putting resin in the tool and all of that? This is so beautiful, this little setup that I've got. I'll link this suction cup and the little umbrella. My brother and I used to say that, umbrella instead of umbrella. So I'll link those in the description along with all the other tools that I use and resins and things, because I'm trying to help people be able to find all this stuff without having to go through and buy an entire kit of useless stuff that ends up just being useless and worthless. So everything that I use I bought individually, and you don't need everything that I have to get started. Okay, you do need some of the stuff that I have to get started, but you don't need everything that I have to get started. So it's all up to you what you want to get, but it's not expensive stuff, to be honest. It's really not. So let's see, I need this and this. We're doing the CR resin because even though it's 48 degrees, there was enough resin in there to get it. See, now the umbrella thing, beautiful. You notice I took the tool off the windshield and checked the repair, and then I didn't have to rush to get the tool back on the windshield because the resin, I was worried about the resin curing, and I didn't have to rush with getting the resin in the tool and getting that all set up and everything else. I can just take my time, see? Such a beautiful thing. Now, I have been looking for a very long time for this, not knowing that this existed. I've been looking at different sites and things like that for windshield shades for chip repairs and things like that, and everything I've come across was something that you put across the whole windshield, and it would like suction cup to the top of the windshield, and then you had these rods that you pulled out that would suction cup to the bottom, and stuff like that, and you know, just nightmare stuff. I needed something I could carry on my bike. Something that I could just throw in the box on my bike and use when needed, and not be too gigantic or too, you know, too obstructive. Something that was just easy to carry, easy to set up real quick, and easy to use. And that's what I found. Now, I have to be fair. I did not know this existed. I've had these suction cups for like cameras and stuff, you know, for cameras, because I used to make a lot of videos on different channels. I had no idea that existed. I was telling a customer the other day that I was thinking about taking a, you know, like they make these little hat umbrellas, right? It's like a visor thing that you put on. It's got an umbrella that comes off the top of it. Really weird. These little hat umbrellas. I was thinking about taking one of those and figuring out a way to modify it, you know, like with suction cups and little rods, to be able to like suction cup one part of it, you know, to the windshield, and then use little rods for the other part coming down and stuff. And this guy was like, dude, I'm a photographer and we use umbrellas all the time in photography. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to have to hold an umbrella. He's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I don't want to have to hold an umbrella. He's like, you don't. He goes, they have a 20 thread and a shoe mount on them, so you can literally thread them onto a camera stand, or you can put them on the shoe mount of a camera, either way, and that way you don't have to worry about it. And he showed me one, and I just like, wow, you know. So I'll show you this real quick while that's curing a little bit there. So you can see that it threads on here. So there's your 20 thread, and there's your shoe mount. So literally this would like slide into the shoe mount of a camera, on top of the camera, and then you just tighten that down. But since mine is threaded, this makes it much easier. And of course you have your, you know, your adjustment here to get the angle that you need. So I am really happy with this. I think this is beautiful. This is my very first time using it, and I think I'm very happy with it. So in fact, I know I'm very happy with it, and then I can just set it down there out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and hit this with the light because I want it to cure a little faster, because we don't really have that much UV coming from the sun right now. We have just enough that if I was working on this chip without the umbrella, that it would most likely cured, or interfered at least, cured enough to interfere. But this way, this is perfect. So I will, like I said, I will link that in the description along with all the other links to all the tools that I use. And that way, so yeah, the windshield is cool to the touch, not cold by any means. So the CR resin is still working fine for that. Like I said, I would normally never film a little tiny repair like this, but this video wasn't about the repair, it was about the umbrella. And just thinking outside the box and talking to people and mentioning to that customer that I was thinking about figuring out a way to modify an umbrella to do this, to be able to shade chips, something small that I could carry in my boxes, and you know, something easy to unfurl and furl back up, and you know, just talked to the right guy at the right time, and he showed me the little photography umbrellas that he uses, and I ordered one online, and what do you know, it works beautiful. So I don't have to worry about carrying around too much stuff with me, you know. And that's a beautiful thing. So that repair turned out beautiful, of course. Get our suction cup marks off the inside of the glass. And let's look at it from in here. I'm not sure if that's my rag smearing up the windshield or if that's vape. Might be vape. So when somebody vapes, and I don't know that they do, the windshield will get really smeared up inside. So there it was. It looks like a little bug splatter now. Beautiful. That's what we wanted. Alright, my friends. That's it for this video. Check the link in the description for all the stuff that I use. The links will take you directly to the products. Those are affiliate links from Amazon. So they take you directly to the product. So you don't have to look all over the interweb for it. And that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one.